Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I want to give an update to my recent life crisis, if you will. As I talked about in my last video, everything has come to a head as of late. I had a publication that I'm working on. I'm teaching at a community college, and they're working on starting their computer science department. And so I'm working on a publication for a computer science project, and which could make or break my entry into that career. I had an art show, which is not necessarily as high stress, but a lot of physical activity. My art projects, all of them are very heavy. Having to move them into the convention center, and it was weighing heavily on me. You know, I got to move it in there, got to move it out. The director was very nice to let me leave my art overnight. I was exhausted last night and let me leave it there. I picked it up today, and and then there was this, I have social anxiety problems, and there was a girl that at a board game meetup that I go to every week that seemed to be interested in me. And then I thought about the computer game that I'm writing. I named it ePolonium, and a lot of things going wrong there, but you know, this paper could make or break my application for teaching full-time at the community college. So very high stress weekend going into the weekend, and one of my students really didn't help with that. He's a very bright student, straight A. Came to see me during office hours. He has a full-time job and taking my classes, and he needs to some accommodations and all that, which is fine, which is great. But he very innocently asked me if I had any plans this weekend. It's Juneteenth weekend, and I know he doesn't mean any harm, but when he said it, it gave me a lot of anxiety, because I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? I'm looking forward to a weekend of physical pain, of stress, of uncertainty, right? Thank God I was in a positive frame of mind. I have anger management problems. On a different day with a different circumstance, I've had anger problems in the past. Let's put it that way. But I quickly diffused it. I told him, let's focus on your homework. We'll talk about that later. And to his credit, he quickly dropped the subject. You know, and so like I said, he's a very bright student. He probably sensed he shouldn't have asked that. You know, after all, you never know if the person that you're talking to has a funeral to go to over the weekend, or has a high stress event, right? Maybe you get the idea, right? I really got the sense that he figured out that he shouldn't have asked, to his credit. Now today, I finally talked to the girl that I was nervous about, and I got good news and bad news. The good news is that it's all done with. No more need to stress about it. The bad news is that she's taken, but the more good news is that it seems like she wants me to get to know her circle of friends too. So I'm glad it's all resolved. Hopefully the ePolonium will resolve itself too. The uncertainty at work will resolve itself. The art shows, I'll figure out some logistics. I really love the art projects. It's killing me though from a physical point of view. After all, I am getting old, and what used to be, if you guys have been watching my videos for a long time, 10 years ago there was another metal that I was fond of, that I had tons and tons of it. I don't have the kind of physical strength I did back then, so. Alright, earlier today I was saying Peter Shit Show, now it's only a Peter Dislike Show, so I'm feeling better. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.